the enthusiasm for the visual presentation of the Korean language, the dancers. A very striking example, I think, of the way a very traditional thing like a writing system can now have a very interesting and contemporary role. And I was fortunate enough to write the critical essay for the Korean artist in the Venice Biennial, Yoon Baek, who is an artist that deals a good deal with new technologies, but in a very original way. And so this confirms, I think, a little bit my sense that there are many interesting Korean artists, young artists that are using new media and yet are drawing on their own traditions, their own specific traditions that Rebecca was talking about. The larger question, very fascinating for us. Of course, we've had what's called motion capture technology, where you capture the motion of the body, reversing avatar and so forth. But in the Asian context, I think the fact of the written language has a very interesting role on how people think and how they imagine and therefore how they create. I'd like to maybe add a few words about the problem of sustainable cities and the role of the young or the youth in sustainable cities. It's true that following Richard Florida, people have come to think of a sustainable city as one in which the past is linked in some dynamic way to the future and to what's happening. I think that's a useful idea that was developed a little bit by Francesco Banami himself when he talked about the centrality of culture to this dynamic process by which the past is connected to things to come. But I just wanted to add one remark about this problem of youth that came up in Francesco Banami's remarks when he said that today, in many places, young people are angry or indignant or lacking hope. In Europe, people talk about living a precarious existence and no longer having the ability to sustain a life even like that of their own parents. So I think youth has two aspects that's been brought up in the course of our discussions. One is the very easy connection to new technologies, new media, the means that this provides, including social networks and so forth. And secondly, the way the youth can sometimes serve as a catalyst to challenge politicians and policymakers to rethink and to reinvent ways of, and in that sense, they help to sustain by challenging cities. Thank you.